Dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I am in the studio alone this week. CJ couldn't make it, so he's out gallivanting at the beach, having fun as usual. So that's fine. Because we got everybody else connected via the web, the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, which is made up of Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jerry the Diver Guy, Vinny Two Tanks, Mermaid Kristen, who we can't see. She's not sharing her video today. What Kristen, are you naked or something? What's going on? Why can't we see you?
She's in La La Land.
She's in La La Land? Okay, well, that's fine. The only eye candy we have as part of the Scuba Radio Greg, Scuba Squad.
I'm the best eye candy you got, buddy.
Oh, God. I just threw up a little in my mouth.
Down.
Yeah. All right. But in the center square, we actually have Dr. Doug Ebersol with us.
Hey.
So I apologize in advance to Dr. Doug, but regardless, we are happy to have him aboard for Scuba Radio today. Dr. Doug, how are you, buddy? Are you thawed out?
Yeah, so I didn't get able to connect with you guys last week. We were not only were we ice diving, but we were ice diving in a snowstorm. So
wow.
Up in the mountains in a snowstorm, there was no cell service. So it was made for an entertaining time.
Well, I bet. You know, we were planning on having Dr. Doug live on the show last week from his location in Utah where he was doing an ice dive, but like he just said, the cell service didn't hold up. I did see some of the videos that you were posting, you and your buddy Woody there on Facebook, and it did look cold. I got to say, it was snowing. You guys looked a little, you didn't have that typical rosy red cheek look that you have when we talk to you. Like even right now on Facebook Live and YouTube and Twitch, you can see Dr. Doug. He looks happy, looks warm, or maybe there's just a slightly red hue to your video feed. I don't know.
I think it's a little bit of both.
Okay.
The white lights behind me coming in through the window. But
that's fine. That is fine. But you look happy. You look more content than you did last week because you did look a little bit more washed out. And I had a feeling that had something to do with the cold that you were dealing with. Is that right? Yeah,
it was actually quite entertaining. There's a little bit of a story behind why we did this, because it's a one and done kind of thing. But I posted this on Facebook too. I got certified in 1974, and in 1974 through NASDS, the way you became an expert diver was there's a list of types of dives you had to do on the back of your card, and if you got all those signed off, you were an expert diver. So I'd finished everything but two by the end of 1974, and the two I had not done was cave diving and ice diving. I swore those are two things I would never do.
Yeah.
Obviously, times change. I'm now a cave instructor, so I do that.
You've become enlightened. There you go. Right.
So the only thing I had left to do was an ice dive. So Woody, who Woody and I were taking our wives and going skiing in Utah, Park City. So I said, why don't we just take a day out and we'll go do an ice dive because he'd never done it either. So we took an online ice diving course for the academics with a place called Dive Addicts out of Draper, Utah, which is a great store. If anybody's listening from that area, that's a great store owned by the Thorntons. It's a father and two sons that kind of run the place, and it was outstanding. They did a great job online back in January. So we were really ready for what we were going to be doing. And then we showed up. We flew out on a Friday, went by their shop, made sure we had all the gear was kind of set up and working and so forth. And then went on Saturday. We just kind of stayed at the reservoir Friday night and then did the dives on Saturday.
So this was your idea?
This is my idea. Yeah, it's my idea.
So just going back to that a little bit, are you, after you've done this, was it what you expected? Was it better or worse than your end?
Oh, no, actually, I thoroughly enjoyed it. It's a lot of work. The ice diving itself is not. It's all the preparation and the takedown. I mean, we drove up about an hour and a half north of Salt Lake City to this reservoir, which apparently is a very big fishery. A lot of people ice fishing out on the lake, which I didn't really understand, but a lot of people out ice fishing. Okay. So then Saturday morning it started snowing. We probably had about 8 or 10 inches of snow throughout the whole day. We had to load up a bunch of sleds with dive gear, chainsaws, augers, tents, weights, whatever else you can think of, and drag it out to the site. So we're at about 45 feet of water. You then have to take an auger and drill 3 holes in the ice in a triangle pattern. Then take a chainsaw and use the chainsaw to cut through from those holes to make the triangle through 10 inches of ice. That took a solid 45 minutes to an hour. We all kind of alternated doing that. Then you have to take that triangle that you've cut and push the whole thing under the ice to leave you with an opening so you can then slide it back at the end of the day. Once you get that taken care of and you've got your gear set up, then you go change into your dry suits because you've worked up a sweat doing all of that.
Wow. Okay.
We did the dives.
No, so isn't that something that you could get the dive addict guys to do for you? Like, look, I just want to do the easy part.
Right.
Cut the ice for me, do all this other crap, and I'll show up when we're ready to dive. But they make you go through that whole thing.
Yeah, it's a course, so you got to learn the whole system.
Of course.
So we did all that. It was fun, did all that stuff, and then there were 6 of us, Woody and myself, and then 4 people from the sheriff's department who were part of the search and recovery team. So the sheriff's department was paying for their course. So really, there's only 2 of us that were doing this on our own free will.
Wow.
But and then we had 3 instructors in the water that rotate because the water's cold. The water was my Shearwater Peregrine said that the minimum temperature was 32 and the maximum temperature was 33 for the water temp.
Wow.
And then,
so you're not wearing a full face mask either, are you? Yeah, I mean, you just had a regular face. So was your cheeks like were you feeling like ice and
well, they're still red, Greg. He's falling out now. My gosh.
Maybe.
There was blue yesterday.
Exactly. It was, to be honest with you, it really wasn't. I really wasn't cold. We did short dives. I mean, 15, 20-minute dives, so they weren't real long. But it was in a dry suit with dry gloves and pretty thick undergarments, some Fourth Element thick undergarments, and it wasn't bad. So you jump in the water, and the thing is really there's not much to see as far as the lake itself goes. I mean, it's just this mud bottom lake. But the cool thing is the ice. You look up at the ice and see the formation of the ice, and you stand upside down. They pull you like you're water skiing, standing on the ice, and you're standing there. They flip the camera, so when you blow bubbles, the bubbles look like they're going down rather than going up. Just that kind of stuff. So it was kind of fun to swim around.
So I would imagine the underwater environment is kind of like a cave type of awestruck scene.
It's an overhead environment. So I mean, you can't go to the surface except to the little triangle. But
as far as how it looks, how the cool stalactites on a cave dive and stuff are kind of, you do one of those dives. They don't really change from dive to dive, but it's cool, especially the first time you see it.
Right. And you look up and there's little formations through the ice, and you can kind of see the glow through the ice, and so that was kind of cool.
Did you go up to any of the other folks that were ice fishing and just tug on their line?
No, we couldn't get that close, but they all thought we were nuts. We thought they were nuts, and they thought we were nuts. So it all kind of goes into play.
I bet.
But it's kind of cool that from a safety standpoint, it's done really well. You've got a person at the a tender who's on charge of the rope. Has like you've kind of augured in an anchor, so you can't lose the line. It's tied. It's ground into the ice.
Yeah.
There's a tender feeding the rope to the ice divers. And we had an instructor in the water with us. So the rope was tethered to him, and then his tether was tethered to Woody, and that tether was tethered to me. So
no, wait, hold on. This sounds like they might have been using you as bait and fishing for themselves. That's
right. It's kind of like using us as a hook.
We're gonna find Loch Ness. Just send down Dr. Doug and Woody.
So yeah, it was good. So there's signals on the rope. And the way they do it, which is actually fairly interesting, is from a safety standpoint, is the rope that you're tied to will sink. Okay, so it's a heavy rope.
Okay.
And there's somebody geared up on the surface, ready to go in case there's an emergency, where like say when someone gets separated, which never happened and shouldn't happen, but regardless, you're ready. And what they do is that person, because we all got to rotate through being tender, being the diver, and being the safety diver.
Yeah.
When you're the safety diver, you've got a rope that floats, kind of like a ski rope. So the idea is, if God forbid, and that rope is longer than the tether rope that you have, that's heavy. So if somebody were to get separated, the idea is they go straight to the top of the ice and wait, and the safety diver would jump in with this floating line, go the full length of that, and then start swimming circles. And theoretically, the diver shouldn't be farther away than that floating rope.
Got it.
And it'll catch them, and that way they can pull themselves back in. So you practice all those kind of skills and so forth.
All right,
and then,
so
course,
it's like a typical dive class where you're learning, worst case scenario situations to make it, safe.
And then at the end of the day, when you're exhausted having done this and you're cold, then you break everything down and drag it all back from the lake and the sleds back to the cars again.
Wow, you're really selling it.
Yeah.
And you want me to do this. And I still think walking down the beach in just a bathing suit with 85 degrees.
Oh, God, there's a mental image we really didn't need, Barry. This early in the show already, you're going to torture us like that? Oh, golly. All right, more on ice diving and much, much more. We got Megan Greer joining us today, the Shearwater Diver of the Week, the guy responsible for Jerry the Diver Guy. That's all coming up. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Need an escape from reality for a while? Your favorite scuba action star, Mike Scott, is back in an all-new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From the brilliant mind of author Eric Douglas comes the thriller that started it all. Listen as Mike unravels the death of a girl, the protest of new development, and the systemic destruction of coral reefs, all against the stunning backdrop of Grand Cayman Island. This one's got it all. Submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface. When he was ready and completely relaxed, he wrapped his arms through the straps of the seat cushion and gently slid into the water.
Dive back into adventure with Cayman Cowboys. Also available, Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish. Download all 5 audiobooks now at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, or audible.com.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of ScubaRadio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures ScubaRadio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with ScubaRadio.
ScubaRadio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
ScubaRadio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Before Superman, before the Lone Ranger, before Bruce Wayne, came the Cape Crusader. Naked scuba boy, naked scuba boy, he roamed the earth.
I'm guessing he did not do any ice diving, but I don't know. About Naked Scuba Boy. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I'm in the studio. We got the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad connected via the web. You can plainly see that on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're doing our little closed captioned video streams as well. And we're going to talk about some new musical accomplishments that I partook in or partaken or just executed. Yeah, we'll get to that in just a bit because it has created a bit of a flurry of conversation amongst the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad. But we'll get to that in just a bit. I want to finish up on this ice diving thing that Dr. Doug Ebersol did. And, I guess the big question is, now that you've done this, is it indeed a one and done? Or you did the class and like, okay, now I got to go back and try it again and enjoy it? Because it was all training. Wasn't it, Dr. Doug? What do you think?
Pretty much. There's not a whole lot of the main training is the setup and breakdown and then a couple of skills on the dives. But I honestly probably wouldn't spend. To me, the dive itself wasn't the problem. It's an all day, work to drag all this stuff out and cut the ice and all this kind of thing. They live in Utah and they do this course 1 weekend a year. Okay, that's all they ever do it.
Really? So they're that wise. Like, oh, we got one of these idiot Florida guys. Let's get it over with.
Yes, they usually do about 1 weekend a year.
Okay.
To be honest with you, I like learning things. This is an environment I had not been in.
Sure.
So I think you can always learn something. So I learned some new techniques and kind of now, if I hear about somebody ice diving, I fully understand what it is they're doing and the safety protocols and so forth and so on. So
I hear ice diving, and the temperature around me doesn't even have to change, and I experience shrinkage. It's like a mental trigger. You know what I mean?
Right. Well,
quit laughing, Vinny. I see Vinny. He's like going, "Oh, how dare he?" But that's
part of getting old, Greg.
Yeah.
They do say that there's no such thing as bad weather, just bad clothing. Right.
Okay.
So,
all right.
In the proper, all kidding aside, in a with dry gloves, that was important. And dry gloves, a dry suit with thick undergarments. I mean, I could easily spend 30 minutes or so without particularly getting cold.
Yeah.
Woody, if you know Woody has no body fat. Woody weighs like 135 pounds. He was freezing by like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
But
your cheeks are exposed because you're not wearing a full face mask. So did that bother you at all, or was it not that bad?
They say that that'll all go numb. I don't remember that much being that much of a problem. You have a tight hood, big 7 mil, 10 mil kind of hood.
Yeah.
And you've got the mask covering the majority of your face. So it's mainly your lips and your cheeks.
Right.
But I didn't particularly bother me.
But I mean, because you're saying the water temp was like 32 degrees, and I've always wondered that. 32, it would be kind of like air temp 32, wouldn't it? Because you're in a dry suit, so it'd be similar to going outside in 32-degree air temperature, wouldn't it?
Except that the water conducts heat, as you know, as a dive instructor, the water conducts heat so much faster that it's 20 times faster. So you get cold 20 times faster in that temperature than you would in the air.
So it would be like having some wind chill, like if the wind was blowing on your face.
Some wind chill on top of it.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you got to be a little hardy on that, or go with the full face mask thing, or just realize that, hey, your cheeks are going to be a little chilly. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you that, Woody's in very good shape. You may have seen him. I mean, he rock climbs and ice climbs and climbs up mountains and skis down them and stuff. He's in pretty good shape. I spend a lot of time doing cardio and at the gym and so forth. But by the end of that day, by 5 o'clock in the afternoon, we were dragging the sleds of tanks and weights and chainsaws and everything else back. We were whipped. Yeah, we had our wives help us get out of the dry suits. We were pretty well whooped at that point. It was time for some hot chili and something and kind of get some refueling.
Well, Jerry the diver guy's preparing with his 12-ounce curls while he does ScubaRadio today. So
exactly.
He's in training. There you go.
Training always.
That's right. But you're right. Dr. Doug's one of those type of divers and dive instructors that is always looking for something new to just kind of expand your understanding of what these different type of activities are. And you learn something no matter what type of diving you do to make you a better diver. It just makes you, more informed, I think. And that's kind of where you're coming from, right?
Right. And the other thing to be aware of course, is we're at 8,000 feet. So your oxygen percentage wasn't 21% anymore; it was 17. So you're going to get a little winded. You're going to be winded anyway. So when you start doing a lot of heavy exertion at that kind of altitude, you get a little whipped as well.
Yeah, that'd be my excuse. Like, oh no, I'm not old. It's the altitude, Barry.
It's the altitude.
Shrinkage. It affects shrinkage too. Yeah.
Hey, Dr. Doug, did you have to adjust dive table time?
It was actually on the sheer waters. It's all adjusted for you. It has, it registers the barometric pressure, but technically this was an altitude dive.
There you go.
So I didn't actually calculate it, but it was a 40. We maxed out at 45 feet. So I don't know what that would be with altitude, but it probably wouldn't be any worse than, say, a 60-foot dive. Maybe I have to do the math.
What did you see under there, by the way? It was just a lake. There wasn't much, or did you see freshwater fish and stuff, or what?
Yeah, some discarded stuff on the bottom.
Yeah. Good place for magnet fishing for like Matt and Bryce, maybe.
Great place for that. But the main thing was to stay shallow and look at the reflections of the ice and, play around with the ice. That was the main issue, as opposed to really seeing much on the bottom.
I mean, you could have went, did like an underwater snow angel thing and kind of freak out the people on the top side. I mean, or is there too much snow on the lake? Yeah,
there was a lot of snow when we were there. Like I said, if you'd had a bright blue day with no snow and you just had just crystal clear ice, it'd been a lot better visibility and stuff. But what
if you just swam up to one of the fishing holes and stared out at them?
Yeah, just jump out of the hole.
Or yank on their line or something.
No, don't do it. Just grab. Just like reach out of the hole, grab them, and yank them down.
Take a handsaw and go to one of those little huts that they sit in.
Oh, there you go. Like Bugs Bunny.
Around them.
Yeah, I like it. That would have been fun. See, all this after the fact. So, that's where we go with this stuff. But
Dr. Doug's going to have to start taking a crew. Scuba crew on these trips.
Hey, anytime you guys want to go if you guys are going to go ice diving, I'll be happy to set you up with the right people.
Oh, okay. But he's not going down.
I thought he was gonna say, "Here, look, I'm gonna tell you what to do, and I'll meet you out there when you got everything done."
He's got that one and done thing.
I'd be happy to go jump in the water again. That was the easy part.
Yeah,
it's the before and after. If you guys want to be students and get it all set up, I'll be glad to jump in with you.
All right, that sounds like a good plan.
I do have a question. How do you pull yourself out of that?
That's a very good question. You don't. You look like a beached whale. The reason they cut it in a triangle is so you can
hush up, Jerry.
So you can back into a corner and get your elbows up on two corners of the triangle.
Yeah.
And then a couple people grab you by the tank and just lift you out. You kick and push and they kind of sling you out. It'd be almost impossible to get out by yourself. They recommend having at least 2 to 3 people on the surface for every diver in the water.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, how much weight were you wearing? You probably had a bunch of weight on too. Huh?
I had a low pressure 85 steel on, and with a steel cylinder, I had an additional 24 pounds.
Wow. Okay. So you're a little
about 30
on the
pounds of weight.
Heavy side for a freshwater ice dive. It's fascinating stuff. I love it. Dr. Doug Ebersol. Check him out on Facebook. He's going to hang with us for a little bit. But we got Megan Heaney-Greer. She has a new project she's going to tell us about next, right here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Conventional underwater scooters can be heavy, unwieldy, and underpowered. At just over 8 pounds and with speeds of up to 7 miles per hour, the Scuba Jet Pro dive scooter is a game changer and fits in your dive bag. The Scuba Jet Pro uses an eco-friendly jet engine with impeller technology. With adapters, it can even power paddleboards, canoes, kayaks, and all kinds of water sports equipment. It's the most versatile scooter you'll ever own. Learn more and get the Scuba Jet Pro at ScubaJet.com. That's ScubaJet.com.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to Nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always. And I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. As promised, Megan Heaney-Greer with us, world-renowned free diver, just all-around great gal. We've known her for years. What are you rambling about, Jerry? What?
That's Wonder Woman.
Okay, she kind of is the Wonder Woman of the underwater world. I'll go with that.
She is.
I'll tell you what, with all this talk of ice diving, she'll be the one person of part of our crew today that'll warm things up finally. So, Megan, welcome. How are you?
Oh man, I'm doing good. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
Good to see your faces here. This is a new scuba radio experience for me.
That's right.
It's always just been on the call in. I get to see all your faces this time.
We are proving for the once and for all that we all have the face for radio, with the exception of our guests,
like to the side, Greg,
like you and Mermaid Kristen and stuff. So we bring you guys on to kind of counter the fact that they can see us on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook and all that stuff. We apologize in advance, Megan. So we're covered
every day.
It's great.
But
I love it.
Megan is awesome. I've known her for years. She's always doing some cool, TV stuff, commercials or video projects. And you got a new thing that you've just launched, I guess, a couple weeks ago. Is that right?
That's right.
Comes out every Thursday, and it's called what again? What is it?
It's called The Imperfect Conservationist. And it is a web series that I developed for YouTube. And I really, this has been a passion project for me, big time. It's coming straight from the heart. And I'm really excited about it. Have you gotten to watch any of them yet, Greg?
I have. I saw the one about the bags and the towels. What is it? The paper towels. And how to limit your your footprint, your carbon footprint, and not even that, just common sense type things. It's a cool little project. Megan's always into this kind of cool stuff. We're going to take a quick break. We'll get more with her next, right here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and we got Megan Heaney-Greer with us right now. By the way, I see Mermaid Kristen finally, too. You turned on your video. Thank God. Finally, Kristen, what do you... I'll say hi, and then we'll talk a little later. But how are you? You doing good?
I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, I'm good.
We'll get with her in just a bit. But we got Megan to talk about her new project, the Inconvenient Economist. Now, what the hell is it again? I knew I was going to screw it up.
Yourself,
I
man.
know.
You are an inconvenience.
Yeah.
It's the Imperfect Conservationist,
That's
which
what
is
it
me,
was.
definitely me, and like all of us. Anybody who cares and maybe has been feeling overwhelmed with the state of our world lately in general, this is for you. So
Yeah.
basically, this is a way that we can regain some control with really simple things, really easy bite-sized conservation action that we can bake into busy everyday life. So what I'm looking at every time that I'm considering making any kind of a change, and this is my conservation is a piece of my work throughout my whole career in the water, stemming back more than 2 decades now. And, really what I'm always looking for is it has to be easy, affordable, and impactful if we're going to make these changes. And, I think when you really get down to it, the change that makes the biggest impact is the one we'll actually do. So there's always this big picture that you can look at, and it's important to understand the components of what's going into the issues, whether, we were just talking about my first couple episodes, like plastic bags, for example. Like, it's important to know what the problem is and the big picture and why we care. Like, that can give us the basis for it. And then we got to pivot from there, because that's a rabbit hole, and it can be really overwhelming and can bring you down and end up being kind of paralyzing. It's like, if I can't, change the world with my one action I'm going to do, then I'm just not going to do anything, because it's not going to make a difference. But the fact is that we got here collectively. We've got to this point with the state of our ocean and our environment and the climate and all these things, because we collectively made decisions as consumers and as voters. And we also can be very empowered with the right tools and little tweaks and just habit changes that you might not have even thought of, and that is what this series is about. It's just giving these little nuggets, of things like, I never thought of that, but man, what a big impact and how much difference it makes. And also to really highlight the huge impact that each individual and each household actually has. So that's kind of what you're getting from that. And I try to keep it light and, fill it with some humor and just being kind of like a geek like I am on these certain topics. I get pretty excited about it. And just, letting it fly.
Megan is a natural, and she's been doing this stuff for years. She's very TV friendly. So it works very, very well on the YouTube platform. So that's where this is going to stay, is on YouTube. You're an official YouTuber right now doing this. And for how many episodes do you plan to do? Are you already know? Is this already been mapped out, or is this something you're going to go with and we'll see, where it goes from here, or what? What do you think, Megan?
Yeah, for sure. Well, for right now, yes, it's going to be on YouTube. I have had some interest from some different streaming platforms and things like that that are interested in talking about maybe moving it somewhere like that. But for now, I'm going to, keep doing what I feel like I can contribute, and mixing my skill set together with, the diving and my knowledge of the ocean and seeing things change so much over the years. Underwater, and then also my skill set on camera, like you were saying, and as an executive producer, I've done this stuff for several decades in all fields now. So squishing those together and working for the ocean and the planet, and it'll stay on YouTube for now. And I'm going to do it season by season, and I have a bunch of episodes laid out as far as concept and ideas of what I want to do. Going to start bringing on some guests and experts in different fields,
right?
And just keeping it really exciting and changing it up. So I'm going to do a first season. And I need, as I go forward, I'm looking for, show sponsors and actively recruiting that, because I'll need to get, a good operational budget to keep it going. But this is kind of like, I think we all got really creative in COVID in so many ways. And it's given us the opportunity to, I don't know, just look at everything in life through a different lens. And so this is, technically this is like I've been at home landlocked for way too long, and COVID project.
Yeah.
And so,
well, that's good. And you're making
cool,
best of of that lockdown time, and putting out some quality material. As divers, once you get into the sport, whether you're into the environment or not, it's hard not to kind of get sucked into the world, because you see so much stuff underwater when you're diving in the ocean. You're like, gosh, that's not supposed to be here. And you want to protect what we love to see. And it just kind of is a natural evolution, I think, as a diver to kind of get into the environmental protection element and see what you could do to help make things better. Barry the Bugger, I think, has a comment or question. Let's see what he's got. Barry?
I had a question, Megan. How many subscribers do you have on your YouTube channel now?
I gotta go look. It's been consistently growing since I launched. I have 2 episodes out. I'm doing 1 a week, and I need to go look. I'm not even sure actually. I've been hustling so much and sending out press releases and doing coming on and talking with you guys and doing some different podcasts and all that stuff. So honestly, I don't know right now.
Yeah.
So go subscribe.
Yeah.
Tell everybody how to get
Come
there.
on, Barry, get on board.
Once you get to those thousands of subscribers, can you go over and help Greg?
Why?
Oh God.
Yeah. Well,
Man,
see, I've been
getting our online YouTube and everything else online education during this. Yeah.
I've been
Lord, right?
I've been sticking my fin tips into TikTok, and I TikTok it. What do you call that? Kristen is my translator for the kids. Kristen, what am I, a TikToker? If I TikTok, what am I?
Kid, she's 30 now, Greg. She's no kid.
Oh boy.
I don't know anything about TikTok other than the fact that they like dog videos, apparently.
They like dog because she had a dog video that went viral on TikTok. So I thought that made you an expert. Yeah. So, but I put out some.
That's a Matt and Bryce question.
Yeah, that's true. They're our YouTuber and TikTok crew. But yeah, I've been singing this week, and so far the reaction has been viral,
his
more
ratings
like
are
a
going
disease
negative.
type of thing. Not really by the sheer number of people.
Speaking of YouTube, though, I do want to let everybody know how to find my series.
How do we do this?
It would be a major fail on my part if I did not do that. So you can go to YouTube or Google, whichever is your preferred. But YouTube is super easy. Go there and just type in the search bar, The Imperfect Conservationist, or my name. But I think The Imperfect Conservationist is easier to spell. So you can do that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just go punch Wonder Woman in.
And also, if you just Google search it, it'll pop up to my website. My website's linked. MeganHaneyGreer.com is my website as well, and I just revamped that.
It looks nice. I saw that too. That looks great, Megan.
Thank you.
It really does.
Yep, there you go. He's got the
he's shining.
I already got it. I
got
can't
my
spell
little diver avatar.
Barry's already stalking you. Look at that.
It's way too hard for me to spell. Luckily, Google saved me on that one.
Megan Heaney Greer. It's too hard? Yeah.
Well, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's now taken
happens.
care of.
Right.
It's what I got, man. It's what I got. I'm rolling with it.
Well, that's good stuff. Are you going to work some diving elements into it? I mean, obviously you're just getting started with this. Have you thought about that as far as like?
Yeah.
I figured.
I have the Imperfect Conservationist Diver Edition laid out, and I'm working on doing. I'll probably be doing some of that on the podcast that I co-host as well with the with deeperblue.com and then also have it kind of piggyback between the two of having the diver edition on there and also on YouTube to do that. And I'm going to, as things go, I have plans to kind of branch it out into travel, into different things like that, because there's things there's little easy things that we can tweak and just swap out that makes such a huge impact in every single walk of life. So it's a small change. It really, the first couple episodes, so small. Yeah, it's just like, that's an interesting idea. It really ain't going to change how I operate or how I use paper towels, or, I could use this other option or whatever, or plastic bags, which was car bagging. I loved the term car bagging. I got it right? And it's not what you think it is, right. Jerry. Quit it. Don't even.
I didn't say
that. I see expression. He's like, oh boy.
He's trying not to laugh.
I did that back in high school. Almost got arrested. But that was a totally different thing. But Megan,
totally different guys. Totally different thing, guys. It's all family friendly as far as that goes.
Yeah. Watch your
car bagger.
Well, go watch your YouTube video. It's great stuff. Megan, thank you so much.
Please do. MeganHaneyGreer.com. Or The Imperfect Conservationist on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Oh, yeah. Going to be 8 in less than 2 weeks.
Hey, Megan, you're welcome to hang. I just want to make sure if you need to split, you're welcome to go too. It's totally up to you, but I just wanted to make sure you're good either way.
Okay, cool. Thanks. Yeah, it's really good to see you guys. I can hang for a couple minutes and then
Sure.
I'll have to blaze. But...
Well, why don't you hang through the next segment? And I see Stuart's connected now too. Hey, Stuart, how you doing? I'm gonna talk to you.
Hello.
Yeah.
Hi.
Stuart,
how are you, baby?
Hey, I'm gonna talk to
see
Stuart.
you.
I'll come to you right after the top of the hour. So we got one more segment to do. Then I'm gonna bring you in. Okay. So just kind of hang in there with me.
Bring him and Fraser in.
You're going to start him in at 4:05?
Yes.
All right.
Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive! Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with ScubaRadio.
ScubaRadio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
ScubaRadio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Remember, you're swimming right now. Enjoy it. Don't grab for the water, man. Relax and just float. This is awesome.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and we have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web. That is made up of Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy. Bubble Boy has even joined us now, along with Mermaid Kristen. We still have Megan Haney-Greer with us, Dr. Doug Ebersol, and a very special guest at the top of hour 2 is coming your way as well, so stick around for that. But, we have been doing some crazy YouTube stuff ourselves lately, I guess, I probably need to bring Megan in particular up to speed because, this COVID stuff kind of gives you too much time on your hands and you start doing things crazy things on your surface interval like this. Scuba Lust is a song that I produced. What do you mean stop? Come on, feel free.
We're sorry, Megan.
It's a real
very
toe tap.
70s, Greg.
Yeah, thank you. Well,
He's showing his age.
Scuba Lust. Yes, that's what I was going for. 70s, kind of a groove.
Little Saturday Night Live fever.
That's enough. Was it Las Vegas?
Yeah.
That they had a 70s theme. I dressed up as Elvis and.
No, I blocked that out years ago. I
don't remember that one.
Yeah, she blocked it out too, as she should have.
Yeah.
Yeah. That song.
Disco platform boots on with a fake fish and a bottom of them.
Well, for what it's worth, that song actually started as Disco Lust, and I changed it to Scuba Lust just so I can weasel it into this show of ours. But I've actually done an alternate mix, a more rock version. So the blaster
thank
mix.
Goodness.
Yeah, well, maybe.
Proud of this too.
Hallelujah, Greg.
I'm going from the 70s to the 80s, and then we'll take Scuba Lust through the decades over the next few years.
You're like fashion. You just keep bringing the music back around, right?
Yes, about 30 years too late.
You're going to base this on Ronnie James Dio's Holy Diver theme?
Okay, maybe that could work. That I don't know. It's just what we do sometimes when we get too much time on our hands. This COVID stuff is keeping me from diving as much as I would like to, and this is the result of an extended surface interval. And then what I'm not sharing today is what is on the Scuba Radio Facebook page and on TikTok. Now, Jerry saw that, and I won't abuse.
It. Little man's back behind me and having a big-eyed time.
What's going on? Oh, your little one.
He's couch surfing. Yeah, he jumps. So you guys, during COVID, when we first locked down like a year ago about here, we got a trampoline for the living room.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
so
nice.
We're keeping it so he'll jump from the trampoline it's snow, right? So I'm like, oh man, we're home from school. We got to do something. And I have, a little boy. And so I was like, we're getting a trampoline for the living room. So he'll launch from the trampoline over to the couch. And we also have a basketball hoop back there.
Sweet.
And we have one out in the street. Yeah. We got all the parks and rec going on here.
I love it.
You have the tall ceilings then. So,
no, but I almost hit the ceiling, but he doesn't.
He's young. He's a young little.
Yeah, they're flexible.
Exactly. They bounce.
Are you saying that she's old, Greg?
Who said that?
21.
What?
You?
It's quiet.
I don't know what the hell is.
Cricket.
Go back to sleep. What is wrong with you? But yeah, it is. You're making the best of it. Whether it's you're doing your YouTube show or I'm doing obnoxious music. But we need to get back in the water. And where are you now, by the way? Obviously, you're in some snow-covered, Colorado, or where are you?
Yeah, I'm in a little town just outside of Boulder, Colorado.
Okay.
So we're just east of there. And,
way too
it's
cold.
Beautiful.
You can go ice diving with Dr. Doug. He'd take you. What do you think?
That does not sound fun.
Have you ever done that, Megan? Have you ever ice dived?
I have not done any ice diving. What I have done is I had a friend who used to work for, hey, you're making all sorts of noise back there, you little rascal. It's like, we're home learning, we're home Parks and Rec. I mean, just going with the flow, whatever.
That's how we do.
But I did do, the big red rescue suits for the really cold. So
like
I had a friend
Deadliest
who worked
Catch.
for,
or something.
Yeah. So I had a friend who had some suits, I think from the Coast Guard or something. I don't remember. But anyway, we went in Lake Superior. So we walked out, like the Michelin men out onto the ice in this big suit. And there was a hole in the ice, and we jumped in there and bobbed around like.
and you did this because you could, or is that
pretty much? Yep.
All right. That's
that
fine.
is, that is also just like necessity is the mother of invention. Also is boredom and random things to do.
Okay.
So you and Dr. Doug can tell swap stories about ice jumping.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, I have not done any actual graceful ice diving.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go to that much trouble, I think you'd want to go for the whole ice dive, Dr. Doug. I think even though it looked pretty cool to be in one of the giant orange suits.
I'm not sure anything graceful under the ice either. But,
right, but the things we do to amuse ourselves, that's fine. And it involves water, so we have to as divers. We got to get a little wet here and there, because if we don't, we start doing crazy, nutty things like scuba lust songs and things like that. Or is that just me? I don't know.
It's just you.
That's a toss-up, Greg. That's a toss-up. I'm not sure. Verdict's out.
Okay, you guys are going to just leave me hanging. Fair enough.
That's right.
All right. Well, the bonus on top of everything else, it's not going to end. I actually this week, on top of everything else, I commissioned a new ScubaRadio guitar is actually being made. So there's more of this to come. You thought Scuba Lust
help us.
Was one and done? No, this is just the beginning.
Wait, there's more.
More abuse coming your way. But we'll talk to Stuart Cove and the guy responsible or to blame for Jerry the Diver Guy. That's coming up in hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Stay close.
From Captain Ron to Jock Gusto, they all love Scuba Radio. On the boat and down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com. Stuff. Megan, thank you so much.
Please do. MeganHaneyGreer.com or The Imperfect Conservationist on YouTube. Thanks,
guys. Which was car bagging. I loved the term car bagging. I got it right? And it's not what you think it is, right. Jerry. Quit it. Don't even.
I didn't say
that. paper towels, or I could use this other option or whatever, or plastic bags, which was car bagging. I loved the car bagging. I loved the term car bagging. I got it right? The term car bagging. Bags, car bagging. I loved the term car bagging. I got it right? And it's car bagging. I got it right? And it's not.
The Imperfect Conservationist on YouTube. Thanks, guys.
Scuba Radio.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea. Under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. I'm in the studio, but we got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad connected via the web today. That's made up of Barry the Bugger, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Vinny Two Tanks, not Captain. I was going to say doctor. He's a doctor, but he's kind of like a captain. A captain cardiologist. How's that sound, Dr. Doug Ebersol? No? Would you like that?
Name.
No? He's like, will you just shut up and move on? Okay.
That sounds fine.
Okay, he'll tolerate.
The cardiologist sounds great.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, when I left the military, I was a major, so I'll go with that one. Maybe not a captain, but I was a major. So.
All right. Well, we'll give you a promotion. Jerry the Diver Guy, Bubble Boy, Mermaid Kristen is with us. She hadn't had much to say. She's just been looking pretty for everybody today and just hanging out. What's going on with you, Kristen? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Staying warm?
Trying to.
Yeah.
Snowing here every single week for the last month.
Okay. Well, you're well preserved then. I mean, one of these days they're probably going to discover a mermaid like in a frozen, glacier or something, like a caveman kind of thing. And then we'll prove once and for all that mermaids are real. But we already know this because we have Mermaid Kristen here on Scuba Radio. So there you go. How's that? That work for you?
They frequent the islands of the Bahamas.
They do. Why?
That's true. Because it's warm there.
Because it's warm.
Greatest diving
and
ever.
The water is pretty.
Yeah, you would never see a mermaid on a nice dive, I'm guessing. At least not you, Kristen.
Okay, not me.
Yeah.
Do you think that they would poke their head out of the ice hole?
Like a narwhal?
Oh, boy. I'm not even going to go there. We'll just leave that one
Oh,
alive.
you don't like the ice hole?
Jerry seems to go there a lot.
All right. So Jerry the Diver Guy, is known for, making inappropriate comments.
Whatever.
So who is responsible for Jerry the Diver Guy, or to blame?
It could be the Jolly Green Giant.
Well, maybe. Or it could be the Shearwater Diver of the Week, which is brought to you by the Shearwater Peregrine. Embark on your adventure. And today's Shearwater Diver of the Week happens to be our buddy, Fraser Nivens, who happens to be Jerry the Diver Guy's diving instructor. He brought him into this world.
Mentor, Greg.
Fraser, how are you, buddy? Welcome.
I'm doing great. I'm down here in Key Largo, and for all of you that are way up north in the cold with snow, it's beautiful here, sunny, 80 degrees at least.
Well, there you go.
Pretty nice.
It's good to be Fraser Nivens and not you, is what he's trying to say. Yeah.
I brought my buddy with me.
Yeah, I see him. Mr. Stuart Cove talking about the Bahamas. Are you guys together? I say you're on two different feeds, but are you at the same location or what? No?
No, unfortunately not. No.
Stuart, where are you?
I'm in Nassau.
Oh, okay. All right. There you go. So you're basically telling everybody, like Chris and everybody, to suck it because you're in the Bahamas and we're not. Is that right, Stuart?
Suck eggs.
Yeah. Eggs. Yeah, that's what we meant. But that's good. We'll get to Stuart in just a bit because that's great. I thought you guys actually were together, Fraser. So they're just buds. And so
I do have a question before you start.
Okay, go ahead, Barry.
I just want to know what kind of student Jerry was. How many times did he have to sit in the corner?
Fraser, be honest. Come on.
Oh, okay. He kept messing up all the time.
Oh yeah.
What?
And he was being Jerry.
Right.
And okay. And I think he remembers at the IE what he was doing.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean? He remembers. You can't just skate over that. Well, at his IE, at his instructor education.
He kept earning ones.
Really?
Over and over and over. And so I kept giving him a little bit of a hard time and trying to improve his skills and work on him a little bit.
Yeah, he's supposed to get a 5, not a 1. 1 is bad.
My God!
Wow.
One that got 5.
So I kept on him, and one day, we're going into the pool, and I put my wetsuit on. I put my, getting ready to do the training class in the swimming pool at the Marina Del Mar here in Key Largo. And so I put my suit on, my gloves on, my boots on, climbed into the pool, and the entire pool exploded in green.
What?
Yeah, someone, I'm not sure exactly who.
Up sweet innocent.
They put green, what was that food dye?
Oh, coloring dye, food coloring?
It was food coloring pellets.
Yeah, the pellets.
You seem to know a lot about this, Jerry.
For someone who knows nothing about
Yeah, exactly.
It did not stop. It exploded. The entire pool went green.
Wow.
You're my hero, Jerry. My feet, after I pulled my boots off, they were green for a month.
Wow. Okay. And wait, let me get this straight. And he was getting 1s. And then he punked you and painted you.
It didn't help him any.
I was going to say, but you still managed to get him through the course regardless, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, he came through in the end. I don't know how he managed that, but he did.
Hey,
how about
5s
that?
all the way through the IE.
Yeah, he got 5s.
I heard 1s.
But the IE was 5s.
And if I hadn't have given him a hard time, he wouldn't have made it. So
yeah. Well,
cheers to you, Jerry.
There you go,
buddy. I love you, brother.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay.
So anyone that wants to become a diver, go to Mountain Divers and watch out for the green tablets.
20 years of it, Barry.
20 years ago.
I just rolled over on the side of the pool and just laughed. I couldn't stand it.
Yeah.
It was the funniest thing ever. Even though my feet were green for a month. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, if it would have been me, I probably would have failed him immediately. I'm like, yes. You think that's funny? Check this out. Yeah, you're number 1. All right. Get the hell out of my pool.
Mel Fuzak and John Land was my IE examiners.
Yeah. And what color did you paint their feet?
Well, I didn't do nothing to them.
Okay, all right.
But smarter than that.
But when I got up to do a presentation, they stopped me mid-sentence.
Yeah, and say, well, what did you say? I have no idea what you just said.
You had to get up and introduce yourself, and of course, Elvis got brought into the mix.
Elvis.
And John Land and Mal was back there, and Mal he just stood up and said, stop right there. Just stop.
We need a hillbilly translator.
Crap, I been screwed up big time. So after they let me go and I did my presentation, John followed me out, and he said, I've been doing this for, he said how many years? He said, I have never, ever in my life encountered anybody with such a great presentation.
Really?
You're going to get a 5, but.
Are you sure he was talking to you?
No, he was talking to me. He said, but I'm giving you a 4.5 because you went too fast. I said, that's because you all stopped me mid-sentence.
They didn't understand your type of English.
Oh, no, I was a completely different person when I teach.
Yeah, he didn't have an accent or he sounded just like Barry the Bugger.
Okay.
Yeah, so you picked up the accent after you went to the mountains of Virginia or no?
Been here all my life, Greg.
Yeah, okay.
I was born with that accent.
That's right. Yeah, you have no accent. We have an accent.
Yeah.
You told me that many times.
Don't blame me. Don't blame me for Jerry, okay?
Oh boy, too late.
Have you seen his latest picture? I think we should.
Yeah. I mean, Frazier, obviously, I until we had Jerry on the show, I didn't realize you had done all that dive instruction back in the day. Now you're known for your underwater videography, among many other things. I mean, how many, you got like Emmys and Oscars and all kinds of crazy things now, right? Yeah, he's panning. Oh, look at that.
Look at that.
He's sharing his bling on
Greg
YouTube
wishes
Live.
he had that thing.
Yeah, I know. Frazier is obviously he knows his stuff.
Yeah.
He has some of the biggest
fun.
cameras I have ever seen on the face of the planet. When you go diving with Frazier, and he's filming, it's like massive.
Yeah. Stuart's carried my cameras, helped me out a lot there. We've been filming together forever. So
yeah. Well, Stuart Cove is like that's who Hollywood goes to when they need underwater films and things. So
Greg,
we got
pan your camera over, Greg, and show him your reaching out.
Quiet, Bubble Boy. How dare you? How dare you distract me from talking to some diving legends like Frazier?
Out award got real.
Quiet. Golly. You got Stuart Cove standing by. You guys are setting a bad example. So we're going to get back on track next. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Be an explorer in the other 2/3 of your world. Be the buddy who takes the kids in the aquarium instead of just to it. Be adventurous. Be amazed. Be a diver.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Sweet zombie Jesus. It's huge. Oh, that's big. A colossal mouth bass. It's diving.
It's pulling us under. Everyone into the ship.
Hey divers, this show's for you, your friends, your neighbors, your dive buddies too. Cause you all know this is the show. For those who go, we're proud to blow. Now this sounds like the place to go. So everybody go with the flow. Cause we like a little scuba diving show. We call Scuba Radio. Now this sounds like the place to go. So everybody go with the flow. Cause we like a little scuba diving show. We call Scuba Radio. Now this sounds like the place to go. So everybody go with the flow. Cause we're like a little scuba diving show. We call Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. All right, so we have Fraser Nivens as the Shearwater Diver of the Week. I feel honored being that the case. And we've had a lot of great folks on the show today. Dr. Doug Ebersol, Megan Haney-Greer, and even Stuart Cove is with us live from the Bahamas. So it's chock full with star-studded scuba power, and on cue, we just lost Stuart, didn't we?
Oh, no.
Never fails. I just saw it just disappear.
Yeah.
It's that Bahamian internet.
Yeah. 2 conch shells and a wire.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Bring him back in.
Yeah, well, he'll get back in eventually. But yeah,
they don't use a dish antenna; they just aim the conch up at the sky.
Well, it works. The coconut telegraphed. That's how we were connected with Stuart. But yeah, Fraser and Stuart work together quite a bit, and I've been fortunate enough to hang with Fraser, Stuart, and actually, Captain Slate. You do a lot of stuff down there in Key Largo with Captain Slate, filming the creature feature.
I go out with Slade every Friday and Sunday, and he does a little creature feature. He's got some green moray eels, and we've got a whole ration of sharks that come in now.
Yeah,
and he feeds them every Friday and Sunday. He's like one of my best pals, just like Stuart.
Well, absolutely. Fraser goes way back with a lot of famous folk, and as I said earlier, he has some of the biggest underwater cameras I have ever seen on the face of the planet. Because size matters, right, Fraser? Is that it? Or no?
Yeah, gotta have good cameras. If you want to get good stuff, you gotta see my whale shark.
Your whale shark. You're panning your camera around now on YouTube and.
Okay, can you see that?
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah. So you have a whale shark shot up on your.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. Oh wow.
Guess what it's about to do?
It's about to eat your logo, it looks like, on the computer screen. But it's really close. You're right next to this thing. Where was this? Oh, hey, look out. He just relieved himself right all over your red camera.
What better thing to show on Scuba Radio?
Yes, hey. That's why it's radio show. And only the people that are abused are on YouTube and Twitch and Facebook. So we apologized in advance. It's all good. But yeah, but that is high quality. That's like 8K resolution of a whale shark taking a dump. Thanks for that, Fraser.
Yeah.
Okay.
You two can go with Stuart and I. We're going to Isla Mujeres and gonna go have some fun and hopefully get some whale shark poo again.
Okay. All right. Well, everybody has their lists, and God bless them.
If you could put some in a jar, we could send it to Greg.
Okay, quiet you. All right, we did get looks like we got Stuart Cove back from the Bahamas. Stuart, can you hear me?
I can hear you well, Greg, and obviously my good friend Fraser there and his beautiful whale shark.
Yeah.
But I had a technical issue. My Bahamian phone ran out of battery.
Right.
So now I'm on my cell.
Well,
I told you to charge the battery, man.
Charge the conch shell already, will you?
I don't listen very well.
That's okay. He doesn't care. He's in the Bahamas. And the weather's beautiful there, I'm guessing, just like it is down in South Florida today. Is that right, Stuart?
The weather is kind of shitty.
Whoa, you can't say that.
Stink.
Don't want to.
Yeah, sorry about that.
That's he does that sometimes.
He was slow on the mark there, Greggy.
It didn't.
I forgot the last time we had Stuart on, I had to do this.
I knew that was coming. Yeah, but what? I mean, it's what makes the show, Greg.
Yeah, okay, that's enough. Moving on.
Okay, I won't do it again. I promise.
Thank you,
Greg.
Stuart. We want to stay on the air at least for another week. But regardless, it's all good. I mean, the weather is good in Nassau today. Is that right?
No, the weather is stink.
It's stink. That's the word, right?
We got
it's blowing.
A cold front blowing through.
Yeah, but it's not that cold, is it? Not in Nassau, Bahamas.
No, it's not cold.
Yeah,
Greg, the cold front blew through here last night and this morning down here in South Florida.
But when you say cold, Stuart, we're talking about like what, 70 maybe?
75.
Yeah, see, it's all relative. You know, that's cool for a Bahamian, but not necessarily for the rest of the country.
I got my T-shirt on.
There you go. See, that's why I said I figured it was probably nice there.
75 and snowing, Greg.
75 and snowing where you are, Jerry?
How many of you guys are in the snow?
Raise your hand on the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Well, actually, just two of them.
Jerry.
Yeah, that's right.
Me and Jerry are in Virginia.
Why?
Yeah.
Why would you?
Why would you do this?
I have no idea.
But it's 70. It's 75. It's 75 and snowing because they're inside. And they have their thermostat set at 75. Okay.
I think we need to do a show down at everybody on the Scuba Radio show needs to go down to Stewart's.
Right.
April.
I'm down.
Okay.
I'm down.
All right. Well, Mermaid Kristen, I mean, this is actually a way to kind of make an introduction here because she's a professional mermaid. Did you know that, Fraser? Did you know that, Stuart?
I knew that.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You guys met at the DEMA show a couple years ago in Orlando. That's right. So
erase that memory, Greg.
She has been wanting to get over there and work with you guys because you guys are always looking for new talent. I mean, what better way to enhance your whale shark pooping video than with a mermaid? What do you think, Fraser?
A mermaid swimming through it.
we definitely need, maybe in July. Yeah, let me hear it.
Okay,
I'm down. This is the first year that I have not gone to the Bahamas in a long time, and it's been killing me.
Yeah, you're feeling all dried out. Yeah.
Everything's beginning to open up, though, Stuart. Right?
Everything is open, man.
Everything's open. You just got to be able to get over there and get the test and all that. Extra. You got a little extra paperwork you got to navigate. Is that right, Stuart? Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bit of a pain. I'll be honest with you.
Right.
You got a test coming. You got tests going.
Mm-hmm. But they're trying to streamline the process. It's doable. It's just a few extra hoops you got to jump through at the moment. And, as time goes on, that'll just get a little bit easier to navigate, is my guess. And what better, goal to set than to get over to Nassau and dive with Stuart Cove, the man. And then maybe even Fraser meet you over there. So, I don't know. We're going to have to continue this conversation on the other side. Stay close to the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Do you have a message or a product that you'd like to share with the diving world? Well, look no further than Scuba Radio. Just like you, thousands of diving enthusiasts are hearing this message, and we could be talking about you and your product or service as early as next Saturday. Remember, a terrible thing happens when you don't advertise. Nothing. Go to ScubaRadio.com, send us an email, and let's get to work to make your marketing message matter.
Let me tell you about a friend I know. He's got the world's first scuba diving radio show. So now everywhere I am, and everywhere I go, the first thing that I tune to is Scuba Radio.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and connected via the web, we got the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. That'd be Barry the Bugger, Vinny Two Tanks, Jerry the Diver Guy, Dr. Doug Ebersol, Bubble Boy, and Mermaid Kristen, and our special guest, Fraser Nivens, who's the Shearwater Diver of the Week. And the diver to the stars, or dive operation to the stars, Stuart Coves, is in Nassau, Bahamas, and keeping our delay in working order today as usual. That's just what he does.
It works. It works,
thank
Greg.
you.
I mean, I move my hand, and then about 3 minutes later, it comes up.
Yeah. Well, thank you for that, Stuart. Extra editing that I always have to do after an appearance. With
I
Stuart
can do
Cove.
that. But...
Yeah, you can do that. I don't care. You can do that till you're blue in the face, and only our people on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch get to see that, and we don't have to worry about that, so that's fine. Jerry the Diver Guy, what say you?
So I just want to touch on this thing with Fraser that's in April. There's a special occasion that's going to happen, and which Stuart will probably talk about this later, but I think we need to gather the troops up and go.
Well, Isle of Mujeres. Island of Mujeres, down there off of Cancun, right?
We're going to Stewart's.
I want to go to
Stewart's. And
we'll go to Stewart's, and we'll get Slate. We'll get Walt, Neil. We'll just go have storytelling time.
We'll take Walt and Slate, but leave Neil behind.
Really? Okay.
What about? Wonder if we can get Guy over there too. So,
well, we'll get a bunch of folk. I mean, maybe April 1st, Fool's Day, our Scuba Radio anniversary. We could do that, and Bubble Boy's birthday. Ooh. Is that too quick, or does it need to be later in the month? We'll see. They're looking at me blankly. They're saying, I don't know. Why did Jerry bring this up? This was a terrible idea. It's bad enough we got to see him on video. We want to see him in person? We don't think so. Well, we'll talk more about it next. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
A professional mermaid says unwanted advances from merverts is the worst part of the job. Just like that, you've been made aware of a new profession and its very serious problems, and the word mervert.
Hey now.
Get my flippers on and go scuba diving.
Hey now.
Watch me get my goggles on and go scuba diving.
Hey now.
Scuba diving.
Hey now.
Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
East Coast. Watch me scuba diving.
Hey now.
See, we don't even have to hit the delay button on that one, thank God. This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. So Jerry the Diver Guy has been talking to Stuart Cove and Fraser Nivens about bringing the
Two
crew
great friends,
over
Greg.
in April. Why are you waiting till April? What is that all about, Jerry?
So-
Stuart, chime in.
Yeah.
So this whole year of COVID,
Right.
we are moving from our South Ocean facility to our new Coral Harbor facility.
Oh, okay.
And
I
we'll
gotcha.
be, as of April 1st, we'll be diving out of Coral Harbor. Same dive sites and more,
Yeah.
but a different location.
Different location. So you're literally opening back up on April Fool's Day.
Exactly.
Wow.
Perfect day for us.
Yeah. Well, I no fooling. That is ScubaRadio's anniversary. Did you know that, Stuart?
No, I did not know that.
There you go. We'll be 24 years old.
Party time in the Bahamas.
There could be. It could be an excuse. There might be a reason to
Old
join
enough
the-
to kick out of the house.
Yeah, we're going to be off the insurance in no time. But yeah.
But you're going to be on a Geritol.
Yeah, okay. Whatever, Jerry. But okay, so you're moving to this new location just as easy. Any improvements, or I mean, that's kind of what you're working through right now, I guess, Stuart. Is that the case in Nassau?
The big improvement for me, and it's always all about me, is that I'll be able to stay in business because I don't have to pay that astronomical rent anymore because I own the dirt.
Well, okay, so you're actually moving to your own place that you actually own for once.
Right.
So that's nice.
I'm tired of working for rent.
Yeah, I hear you.
To pay rent. And the good thing is we have 600 foot of beachfront in front of us.
Oh, okay.
I have the first option on.
All right.
But
there
in
you
the
go.
meantime, we're going to use the Coral Harbor Beach Club as our hotel.
Okay, so you got everything right there together then now.
Yeah, so you know,
right.
no more buses needed except when we go into town to party.
There you go. All right. Well, you have to do that. I mean, the party is where
No,
Stuart is.
I don't. I'm
That's
old.
what I'm saying. I mean, the party is around you. Yeah, people are going to go hang with Stuart. There will be a party.
There will always be a party around me.
That's right.
It's time to start moving again, guys.
Yeah.
This COVID thing is really a
drag. Yeah,
it's been a drag, and we've got to get back to normal. I've managed to get both shots, so I'm
good. So you're ready to go.
I'm ready to go again.
All right.
I'm ready to go again.
Yeah, I definitely know what you're talking about there, Fraser, and I know, Stuart, you can relate as well. But when we've been shut down and locked down and not doing our dive businesses the way we do, it kind of distracts you from what we love, and you end up taking weird turns. I mean, for me, it's been really nutty. We've had to kind of diversify our sponsor base. I mean, here's a new sponsor just to give you an idea of how far we've had to reach to continue our business plan here.
Divers, tired of stuffing your hole with pineapple slices and cheese crackers on your surface interval? Grab a bag of Heinous Anus Scuba Snacks. Heinous Anus Scuba Snacks are chock full of, I think those are chocolate chips. Well, it says here they're gluten-free, so here, try some.
It tastes like ass.
They don't taste like bass. Maybe you need to rinse your regulator or something like that. I don't know. Uh-oh, somebody's seasick. Heinous Anus Scuba Snacks, proud sponsor of ScubaRadio. Don't hate us, because you ain't us. Order at HeinouSAnus.com. That's HeinouSAnus.com.
Okay, see, so we've had to adjust accordingly because of COVID. It's really, kind of limited our typical sponsor base. We've had to diversify just a little bit and include products like that. Possibly coming to the storefront desk there at Stuart Coves in Nassau, Bahamas. I don't know. You think, Stuart, does that sound like something you want to carry at the new place?
Absolutely. Anus.
It's one of Greg's best sellers.
Scuba snacks. Yeah. It's just everybody's trying to find that little niche. And I don't think we found it, but at least that's what we got in regardless. So
sounds yummy. What does it taste like?
No, you don't want to know. Anyway, that's what happens when you have too much time on your hands. You end up doing ridiculous stuff like that, Fraser. So that's where I was going with that.
It's a punami explosion.
Yeah, okay. It could be. There could be a connection with Fraser's whale shark video. I don't know.
Greg, I noticed you have your hand right on the button there just in case.
Yeah, it is ready to go. the delay has been is ramped back up. Okay.
I haven't said anything.
It's not you I'm worried about. So
I know.
That's fine, Fraser. That's all good.
Why do you think? That's why I invited Stuart.
Yeah. Okay.
Stuart always brings his A game.
Yeah. Well, he does indeed. But in this downtime, Fraser, I assume, are you using the time to edit all your crazy videos more than typically?
I've actually been I've been very busy. I've just finished two projects for Major Dive Company. We did a Dan training video.
Okay.
Here
yeah. Oh, I think I saw that on Facebook. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. We did a Dan training video. We've done two for Scuba Manufacturer.
Yeah.
And,
by the way, why didn't you call me? I was on one of those videos back in the day. I played a dead diver guy.
And a sweaty tourist.
I played a dead diver. I puked a little bit on cue. Yeah, that's a skill, by the way.
No. Oh yeah, we had vomit. We had vomit comments.
Okay, all right.
Stuff like that.
Hey, Greg was also in a major motion picture.
Yeah, Sharknado 3. Right here. Look.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, I got a poster.
He got a koozie
and a pair of socks for being in Sharknado 3 as a sweaty Florida.
Very nice.
These are my Sharknado 3
there you
socks
go.
That you can see right there on YouTube.
I hope you declare that on your tax return.
No, they were given to me.
We're doing some coral restoration videos right now, and working on a couple of projects for some other folks, and Reef Renewal, Ken Niedermeyer.
Okay, excellent. So you're keeping busy down there in the Keys because Florida is kind of open in that sense. So you got plenty to do,
Florida's
I guess.
Definitely open.
Yeah,
it's open for business. We've got people diving at Slate's
right
every weekend. We're pretty busy, actually.
Yeah. What about you, Stuart? In the Bahamas, have you been having any kind of special guests? I mean, you're always working with Hollywood, but is things kind of quiet because of your move, and especially and all the COVID stuff right now, I guess?
Bahamas is open. We're open. I had Shaquille O'Neal, the former basketball player, out with diving the other day. He loves coming down here.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
he's a cool guy.
Yeah, I bet.
And he loves to come down and hang out with the sharks.
How about that?
The sharks are great. They're hungry and they're ready to see people.
Well, let me ask you about Shaq. Is
the way he says that?
Shaq was just over there? Was he filming stuff or just over there playing?
No, he comes to hang out with his brothers, over the hill.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
He's really, really a down-to-earth man, I really enjoy him.
Yeah, I believe he still lives in Orlando, where we're based out of, doesn't he? I mean, he's probably got several places, but I would imagine his fins are as big as most human beings, aren't they?
He's a very large man.
Last time I checked, I think he wears a size 22 shoe. And I know this because of the Orlando Magic. He was on the Orlando Magic, and we used to cover him when I worked at the sports station, and I knew his shoe size. I believe it was size 22.
I met him over at Stuart's place. One time, and I reached up, and he was like tall. And I reached up and made the mistake of shaking his hand.
Really? And then he smacked you upside the head or something, or what?
I mean, he crushed my hand.
He said, "Don't talk to me."
I mean, it didn't take much. It didn't take much for him, but he was a cool guy.
Yeah, I've heard he's actually very, very nice, and I've met him in passing, and he's been very polite and stuff. But he has really, really big feet. I mean, because he's such a big guy, so I wonder his fins have to be specially made. I'm guessing. Do you know, Stuart? Have you seen him?
Well, he doesn't really need fins.
Okay, all right.
That large.
Yeah, I guess there's that. All right, that makes sense. Jerry, what?
So Facebook Live right now.
Yeah.
Bob Evans. You know Bob Evans.
Oh,
Everybody knows
force
Bob
fins,
Evans.
right. He'll make them.
Bob Evans.
Yeah.
Bob just said I made force fins for him. It's a XXXXL.
Yeah, well, okay, that makes sense. It's totally sounds accurate. Bob Evans, our buddy from Force Fins, he would know. All right, more coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio.
Would you like to talk diving? Greg the Dive Master's all toweled down and ready to take your call now. Call Scuba Radio at 1-888-88-SCUBA.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
Hosting a radio show about scuba diving, flying, and boating is one of the best gigs on the planet. It's actually part of my job to check out and report on cool new products I personally use to enhance my diving, flying, and boating adventures. However, I do believe in sharing the joy, and this is why I wanted to tell you about Nanook Professional Protective Cases. Nanook cases are designed to protect the most sensitive equipment in the harshest environments. From their high-impact NK7 resin to their exclusive Power Claw latches, Nanook has raised the bar for those of you that demand the best protection for your gear. Plus, Nanook cases generally cost less than similar products currently on the market. From an iPhone to a full set of dive gear, whatever you need to shield from the elements, Nanook Professional Protective Cases has the size, shape, and color for you. Go to nanook.com. That's NANUK.com for Nanook Professional Protective Cases. The evolution of protection.
Hey, baby, what's going down?
Later, nerd.
Are you lacking with the ladies?
Nope.
Enhance your scuba superpowers with a new ScubaRadio hat.
Wow, nice hat.
Just picked it up at ScubaRadio.com.
Buy 2 ScubaRadio hats and get free shipping.
Need a dive buddy, sexy?
Always, and I got a Scuba Radio hat for you, too.
New ScubaRadio hats are now available at ScubaRadio.com.
So cool.
Order yours today, or stay a loser.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with ScubaRadio.
ScubaRadio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
ScubaRadio.
Dive, dive, dive.
The moment you tell Stanley that I have asthma, because I don't, if it gets out, they won't let me scuba. If I can't scuba, then what's this all been about? What am I working toward?
Take it on.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. ScubaRadio, Scuba Squad connected via the web. Barry the Bugger of any two tanks. Jerry the Diver Guy. Captain Corona. No, Captain Dr. Doug Ebersol. I don't know. He's in their center square. It's kind of throwing me today on Facebook Live,
Captain
YouTube,
Cardiology.
Twitch. Yeah, maybe. Bubble Boy, Mermaid Kristen, and Fraser Nivens and Stuart Cove with us as well, talking about how we're coping with COVID, especially not diving as much as we'd like. It ends up you do goofy things when you're dried out too much. You know what I mean? I mean, you really do. You end up doing things that you don't really want to do or shouldn't. And as evidence of this, you can check out the Scuba Radio Facebook page and see for yourself, because we have some stuff up there now that, after it got out there, I was like, once you send it out to the world, it can't bring it back. So it's there.
Once you pull the trigger, you can't pull the bullet back.
Yeah, I'm a TikToker now. Did you know that, Stuart? How about that?
I did not.
TikToker.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought you had to be like 12 to do that.
Well, duh. And mentally. So I'm just trying to connect with the kids. So we've been TikToking this week and putting out some obnoxious things. You can see it on Facebook, on the Facebook Scuba Radio page. And I apologize in advance.
On
what?
TikTok. TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. You got to, connect with the kids. What do you mean, why did we not go live?
You could have went live on TikTok today.
I don't know if you can do that, can you?
Yes,
I thought
you can do
TikToks
that.
were only a minute long. What is this?
You can go live on TikTok, but I don't know if you can connect it the way that
you can do live.
I don't. You can't go that long like we do.
No, you can't go that long.
So there, Jerry, you were wrong.
Well, you should have went live to begin with. And
Why?
just kept replaying it over and over, just hitting live, and going live the whole time for 2 hours.
He has enough problems just running that board as it is.
Well, that's true. Let me see if maybe I can play you what we produced for TikTok. Let's see.
God.
Hey, there we go. It's going to blow up.
No, that's not working.
Prepare yourselves.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Oh, wait. I think I got to turn it up, I guess, don't I? Is that it? I don't know. It's not working right now. But it's on the Facebook page. Yeah. So
God help us.
But I sing. So for people that, know that I have a voice, well, for TV. Just like I have a face for radio, I have a voice for TV. Kind of works that way, and I can prove it on our Facebook page. So there, you've been warned.
Oh.
Wait, you liked it, didn't you, Jerry? Come on. Yeah. Kristen, she's a kid. She dug it, right, Kristen? You saw that?
I was just laughing at your TikToks. I just brought it up on my cell phone.
Oh, there you go. See, she's watching it.
Oh, let's see.
That's way more entertaining than doing
Play it again.
Whoa.
Hang on. I want to see it.
All right, slow down. One at a time. All right, Kristen, you have the floor. Go ahead and share with the world one more time.
Yeah.
There she goes.
Hold on.
Now it won't work.
Hold on.
Hold on.
Can you share your screen?
There it is. Okay.
Scuba Radio, Saturday afternoons, Eastern Time, 3 to 5. Even the kids are hip to our jive.
Wow. That's not auto-tuned at all.
I would say Greg has a voice for the talkie.
Okay, we'll go with that.
Why are
Anyway,
your eyes so big?
why are my eyes so big?
Yeah, they look like they're bulging out.
Those are my eyes.
No, they look like someone inflated them.
They're better to see you with.
No,
Greg, the key is you got to do that with a dog in the video.
I got to get a dog in the video. Yes.
Or a cat.
Something to make it go viral. Yeah.
I would say sea monkeys, but you killed them all.
Yeah.
We got to keep the thumb down, Greg.
What do you mean?
Whale shark poo doesn't count?
Well, you know what? That's almost
that.
that's almost as viral as a little puppy, I think.
Could you chroma key Greg swimming with the poo coming at them?
Yeah, just quiet. Quiet on enough on the poo already. Really?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It'll sell millions.
I could have said something else.
Yeah, I know. Don't channel Stewart. We have him live today.
I'm not trying to say. I'm being very careful with.
Yeah, I appreciate that, Fraser. I do indeed. But you know, it is nice to have you guys join us today. And the fact that you spent your afternoon with us for a little while has been nice. And you know, well, down in Key Largo, is the weather not good? Is that why you're not diving right now? Because typically you'd be out on a boat, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Today, probably going tomorrow. We've got a dive in the morning and it's good to dive local if you are able, because everybody's wearing masks here. It's now, you know, you got to wear a mask on the boat and stuff. But they're doing their best to stay COVID free.
Exactly.
And they're taking all kinds of precautions, sanitizing the boats, and they're using a lot of caution, trying to keep people apart, you know.
Yeah. Well, doing what you got to do so you can get out there and get wet. So you can definitely get down to the
underwater
Keys.
is the safest place for us all to be.
There's no corona underwater. I got a song about that as well, but I've abused you guys enough with that kind of stuff. So
Thank you.
Do that. Oh, yeah. Was that a request, Barry?
No.
Did I hear a request? I thought I heard Barry make a. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
We're out of time. Sorry, Barry.
Thank you.
Next time we'll play that for you and the rest of the crew. All right. Well, that'll wrap it up for this week's edition of The Big Show. Till next time, remember, it is always better. Where, gang? What do you think?
Down where it's wetter.
That's it. Safe diving, everyone.
Scuba diving show. From Captain Ron to Jock Gusto. They all love Scuba Radio. On the boat or down below, if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, you know, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.